Go ahead.
You got me?
Yep. Keep going.
All right. 1, 2, Kevin. DJ,
All right.
the DJ.
Keep it like that. We good.
Okay, we good. Okay. And all right, we ready to go, aren't we? Deneen laughing at us.
You missed the studios over here.
She does.
All right, let me know when you're ready, bro.
Okay, you ready? We ready to do it? St. Louis Gospel Hits, Hallelujah 1600. It is another Monday night, and that means we get a chance to talk some great developments and events, topics with the community. We call it Community Corner with KevyKev. Hey, what's up again, everybody? This is KevyKev. Glad to be back in the house with you. And we're also live. Glad to have you with us on Facebook. Facebook fam, how are you all doing? Be sure to check in, chat with us. I got the crew in the house tonight, so we can get right back at you tonight. I got, of course, Easy Ed Grider over there with Zulu Sports doing his thing on the camera, and I have Tom and Nisha. Miss T is over there ready to connect with you. So if you got some thoughts, some comments, what have you, get at us on our Facebook. All right, we want to hear from you. Facebook fam, glad to have you there with us. And again, of course, we're on St. Louis Gospel Hits, Hallelujah 1600. And a lot to talk about. And let me tell you something. A fantastic show is coming up. You all are very familiar with the Boys and Girls Club. We're going to get an opportunity to talk to the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis. And they are just, I'm looking at the list of things that they are doing, working with our youth. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know it, you're going to know and you're going to love it. We're going to get a chance to talk to Dr. Flint Fowler about all the great work that they're doing, and I'm so excited about that because whenever you get Flint on, man, that's a good time. Flint likes to, he breaks it down. So I'm going to get a chance to talk to Flint about the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis and all the great work that he's doing there. And then also coming up, you know, our community is still, me personally, we all just still are just in shock, I guess, in disbelief that we lost a giant, of course. And, you know, I'm talking about the big fella, Demetrius Johnson, friend to all. And we're going to get a chance to talk to Coach JC and Big Mike and Maurice, Mo Scott, all the guys that were with DJ at the foundation and the show, and just talk about what the foundation is, the activities that are going on with the foundation, because, of course, that's the way DJ would want that to continue that work, just like the same way with Flint. So I guess you could say tonight's show, we talking about the youth, because after all, the youth is our future. So we'll get into that, and we'll talk a lot about that. A lot of things going on too, news, sports. We'll get to that. City SC. St. Louis City SC, if I can get it out here right. Big win. I mean, they just shocked the city. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Flint might have even been in attendance to that game. So we're going to get a chance to talk about that. The Battle Hawks, boy, they had a tough one yesterday. Came up just a little short, but they open up at home this weekend, so we'll get to that. John Morant in the news, not for maybe what we would want him to be in the news for. We can get into that too, but a lot taking place. And we'll get to all that. So as we get things going, I want to welcome to the show Dr. Flint Fowler. Of course, he is the president, the CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis. And before we get right to Flint, I also want to give a big shout out and thank, this is my sister in radio. We go way, way, way back. And I'm talking about none other than Miss Deneen Busby. Of course, she's the communications director at the Boys and Girls Club. Deneen's trying to be quieter, but, you know, she's a personality, so I just got to give a shout-out. Deneen, you going to say something off mic to us? She ain't going to say that. Okay. So anyway, it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have Dr. Flint, so I'm so happy. But I wanted to give a shout-out to her because we go, as you know, BJ, way back in the day, and Deneen got me started with Sunday Morning Livers, so big shout-out to Deneen, and I know Flint thinks the world of her, too. He told me she's a first-round draft pick, no doubt about that. So, Dr. Fowler, how you doing?
Doing great, Kevin. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. You here, so you know we in great shape here, great shape. And I tell you, you know, I have all Deneen just gave me so much information about all the great work that you're doing. I mean, you are everywhere, and you're doing some fantastic work with our youth right now. How do you feel about where the Boys and Girls Club is and just all the fantastic programs that y'all have taking place right now?
Well, I feel blessed to be a part of this experience. Certainly, investing in young people is truly important, as we know from our own BJ Holiday, and he got his start at the club. Herbert
Hey, he
Hoover.
lets you know he lets you know all the time that he's a Herbert Hoover guy. He
Yeah.
don't make no bones about it, right?
Yeah. So I think it's just an indication of the type of effort that we try to put forth, working with young people, giving them an opportunity to gain the skills and abilities that they need to be successful long term. Providing a safe place for them to come, helping them to overcome the challenges that may exist in their lives, and trying to do that in a way that's fun and safe for them.
That's tremendous. And what's the total number of facilities that you have? I mean, because you're in, and we're going to talk about it, but I'm looking at, you're at Adams Park, you're in the Hazelwood Larimore, you're at Hazelwood Southeast, you're at the Matthew Dickey's Boys and Girls Club, you're at Herbert Hoover, you're everywhere.
Yeah, we have 11 locations now, and some people may know back in 2020 we did combine with the Matthews Dickey Boys and Girls Club, and also the Boys and Girls Clubs of Bethalto in Illinois, and they have an additional site at Lovejoy with the Lovejoy School District. So we've been fortunate. All of us are all focused on the same thing, doing what's best for young people. So it just made sense to bring everyone together under one roof, kind of concentrate our fundraising efforts, build our brand collectively, and try to have a greater impact or a similar impact across a larger footprint than we were just kind of on our own. So 11 locations, we're doing well, and we thank the public for their support, because without them, we would not be able to keep our doors open.
And you're doing some tremendous work. I've seen, us being media guys, we've seen like what you're doing up there in Ferguson with your studios, with the video and the sound, and my goodness, you expanding. And we certainly always knew about your athletics, but like you said, the arts and things that you're doing, that's just sensational.
Yeah, there are 6 now core program areas that we focus on. Education, of course, is key and foundational to what we do. But a lot of things around workforce readiness, helping young people gain those soft skills that they're going to need long term, and then also putting them in summer employment and internships so they get the practical skills, learn what it takes to be successful in the workplace. Health and wellness, life skills, the sports, fitness, and recreation, and the arts are key components to what we do, as well as character and leadership development. It takes all of those things collectively to fully round out a young person. Many of them get those things from a lot of different places. So we're not the sole place where they can learn, but we hope to add to what they're gaining in school, in their home, and in other organizations that they may be a part of.
Well, I tell you, you're certainly doing it. And here we are in March, but you're already getting ready for summer camps. Tell me about these summer camps and the opportunities that you have.
Yeah, you got to get started early. Our summer camp runs for 8 weeks, and it's important to have structured activities in place so young people can maintain that sense of excellence. A lot of times if they don't participate in programming during the summer, they lose what they gain over the school year. And so the things that we attempt to do is to prevent that summer learning loss that many of our children are affected by. Coming off COVID, a lot of that downtime that they had being out of school and out of that structured environment hurt a lot of our students. They kind of really slid back academically. So a lot of effort is going into helping them to build back their schools, get them on-time grade progression, and hopefully on-time graduation from high school.
Boy, that is outstanding. And again, like you say, summers are so important, especially. And I have to ask you this too. We're visiting with Dr. Flint Fowler, the president of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis. How did you all handle the whole pandemic, whole COVID situation? Because the youth, they couldn't get to you. Can you kind of speak to that?
Some couldn't get to us. So we, like most people, we shut down completely in March of 2020, reopened that summer, but at about a third of the capacity that we would normally have. Let's say we normally have 1,200 or so young people during the summer. We had about 300 in total. And then there was social distancing, there were masks, there were temperature checks, just like there was everywhere else. We paid our staff a premium to work because we knew in many cases they could have been at home with their own families, but they took on the responsibility to come to the club. And it worked that way for a good part of 20. We did reopen for the school in the fall. Many of the schools were closed, but we continue to operate, allowing children to come into the school building, get plugged into their schools, via their computers. Many of them brought their own tablets. We had computers available at the club sites for them, and we brought our staff in earlier so they can provide as academic coaches and supporters for those children. And then we maintained our after-school hours as well, really trying to do what was needed for those families, particularly those parents that had to work, that didn't have the option to work from home, which tend to be the situation with many of the families that we work with. So they had to be at work. They needed a place for their children to be. We had the facilities, and I think we had the protocols and processes in place to keep everyone safe. So we worked closely with the city of St. Louis and the health department, St. Louis County, the CDC, and others to make sure that we had the right things in place to make sure that our young people had fun, but they were safe and that they were focused in on their schoolwork.
That's an excellent point you make right there too, Flint, because you guys certainly had to fill a big void there because everybody wasn't able, to be at home and still had to work and try to maintain during the pandemic, and you all, I know, did a great job with that. So I tell you what, we got a little time out to take here. We'll take this break and we'll come back, visit more with Dr. Flint Fowler, the CEO and president of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis. They've got more events. They've got a big golf tournament coming up. They've got they recently received some national recognitions and honors, and they've got scholarships. Man, they're doing it all from A to Z. So appreciate Dr. Fowler being with us. We'll take a time out. We'll come back. This is St. Louis Gospel Hits, Hallelujah 1600, and we're streaming live on Facebook. And Facebook fam, glad to have you there too. We're coming right back with Dr. Fowler. All right. Facebook fam, thank you all so much. We got our stream there. I can see what's going on. Tom Anisha's got it. Ed, I'm watching the monitor here. I ain't got to keep looking at my phone and stuff now, right? That's pretty cool, right? I can see.
That golf tournament, the 29th. Okay.
All right. So also, we're figuring it out. You got some. Oh, it's not us. That's not us, fam. So if you got a question, thought, comment for Dr. Fowler too, just shoot it at us. And Tamisha, how we doing? You got us over there, right? She got me, so we good.
Okay.
Denise, make sure I'm on point. I'm looking at my notes here too. Make sure I don't mess nothing up here.
You see your summer camp?
My summer camp? Yeah, my summer camp, my flyer here. Let me go to my flyer.
Just make sure you do that link.
Let me get my link here. Okay. Oh man, that's a nice flyer there. I bet one of the kids in the media graphics design that, huh? That's nice. Press play. Look at that. Look at that. Did you design one of the kids design
No,
that?
I didn't.
No, I changed it though. Did you know that?
Oh, did you? After our conversation?
This looks good, y'all. Fam. What we,
Yeah, you could really.
since they watch this live on Facebook, they listening. You
Oh,
go
they
ahead and tell them.
know?
Yeah, they know.
Just
It's
make
going out,
sure
right? We
that
good.
You say where their financial assistance is available as well.
Right here?
There
Okay.
it is.
Oh, right there.
When
Okay,
they,
okay,
and
okay.
they can go to the website.
Okay. And you got the QR code there. It's 9 locations. It starts on June the 6th to August the 4th. All right. And they can go to the BGCGSTL summer.
.org.
.org.
For 335-8000.
335-8000. Okay. All right, we good. Yeah, we good. Okay. One last, and then after that, I just want to make sure because you gave me some good information.
You want to talk about what?
I got
you want
my,
to ask him about his Titan Award and any other events like Table for Four, he could talk about that.
He can talk about
and
that.
he has the flyer for the golf.
He's got fire. Okay. Okay. Good.
And he received his Titan 100 for his leadership and vision and passion.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah,
What
Flint,
anyone
no,
that you talk to will say.
Okay.
All appropriate adjectives.
Right. Absolutely. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at all this. See, Flint win wars. He don't tell nobody. You know, he one of the modest brothers. Okay, I got. We got to talk about
He
this thing.
inspires a lot of people.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the youth
Yeah.
and the staff.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We good. Facebook, we good. Yeah, definitely. Okay. All right. Okay. B, how we doing? We good? Are we ready? You ready over there? Facebook fam, y'all ready? They ready on Facebook. You ready, Ed? You ready to do this? All right. Tomish, we good over there? Okay, we good. We got the crew. All right. All right. Well, I can go then,
I
right?
just need
How about
to make
that?
sure.
St. Louis Gospel Hits, Hallelujah 1600. It's the Community Corner with KevyKev. Glad to have you in the house with us, listening to the radio, online on Facebook. We're glad to have you. And our guest this segment is Dr. Flint Fowler. He is the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis. We've been talking about all of the just wonderful programs that they have for our youth. We were, Flint, right before the break, we were kind of wrapping things up, talking about the summer programs. And I have this excellent flyer that I'm looking at, too. I wish Ed could get a shot of this. This is a pretty awesome flyer here. But it's it's Press Play Summer Camp, and it's ages 6 to 18, all right? And it starts June the 6th, and it goes through August the 4th. 9 locations, Flint, 9 at all 9 locations, too, huh?
Yes. So both on the Missouri side and Illinois, we have club operating. St. Louis County, primarily North County, City of St. Louis, and Illinois.
That is awesome. And then there's also financial assistance available as well. And so just give us a little sneak preview of, I mean, we know about, all the activities you have, but just give them a little bit of like what it might look like for them during the summer with the summer program.
Sure, we divide the children up by age because we want to make sure that the activities that they are doing are appropriate for their age, and we want to make sure that, if you have a 15-year-old in the same group with a 6-year-old, they don't get along too well.
Yeah,
so we want to make sure that everyone has a fair chance at having fun and access. And they rotate to a different program area each hour. So they may start in the swimming pool, then they'll go to the computer lab, then a group will be in the gymnasium, another group will be in the art room. So that make sure that they get a full array of experiences over the summer. And then there are other life skill classes like financial literacy. We have a program called Smart Moves, Skills Mastery and Resistance Training, where we help young people understand the dangers of getting involved in drugs and alcohol and how to conduct themselves, even if they're dating. So there's a full array of things. Visual and performing arts classes are available to them as well. Lots of field trips that they take. So there are a number of ways for young people to be engaged during the summer. It's important to sign up early because there are limits in terms of the number of slots that we have. So the sooner you can sign up, the better. We never let costs be a hindrance to a child in being involved in the club program. So, but the earlier a family can sign up, the earlier the parents can contact us, or the guardian can contact us, the better position we're in to provide the kind of support that they need.
That is great. That is just fantastic that you're able to do that. And like it sounds like it's just a full day to kids. I mean, you got all kind of activities going everywhere. I'm looking at like you just said, they have the swimming, and man, I mean, there's so much to do. Kids are going to enjoy all of that.
Yeah. So they do. We do provide meals as well. So there's breakfast, lunch, and an afternoon snack. And I want to kind of emphasize the water safety program again.
Okay.
BJ can tell you from his time in learning how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
African American children are 5 times more likely to drown than white children. It's because our kids don't traditionally get regular access to the water. So we want to make sure that they not only get comfortable around the swimming pool, around water, but also that they learn how to swim.
Mm-hmm.
The summer is the time when many families, they're traveling. They may go to a beach. They may go to a hotel, and and getting those swimming pools that are generally not supervised by a lifeguard. Children are more likely to take some chances around water because they don't understand the dangers. And so just like we try to help a young person understand the risks associated with getting involved in drugs, we want to make sure they understand the risks that they may encounter when they're around the water as well.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. We've had so many horrible tragedies like that, and I think the fact that you're teaching the kids how to swim, getting the instruction, that is tremendous, you know, and that's something great, and that's offered to all the kids at all 9 locations. That
we try to make we have pools at
on.
several locations, and we do try to transport kids to those locations so they can learn how to swim or make arrangements with other pools so they'll have access.
So that they can certainly get access to those facilities. And I also know that you've got a big golf tournament coming up, and that's key. That's important for you.
Yeah.
Because I know that it helps you support your programs.
Yeah, we don't charge families what it costs to receive services at the club. I mean, there are fees that we have, and as I mentioned before, there are scholarships and things that we can provide. So we do rely on the generosity of the public to help us, run our programs and activities. We are a United Way agency, and we're proud of our affiliation with them. But the Jim Butler Charity Golf Classic is one of the ways that we use to raise revenue for the club. That event is coming up in June. So if you're interested in learning more about that, June the 26th, it's at the it's at the Norwood Hills Country Club. So information is on the website, www.bgcstl.org. They can find out more about the golf tournament, and they can also sign up there, or they can give us a call at the club at 314-335-8000, and we'll direct them to the right person.
Yeah, I certainly wanted to make sure that we talked about that. Now, also you have you also have the white, yellow, and the black modern. I'm getting my invention, my computer is a little crazy, but you got the Edward. Okay, this is the Edward. See, Denine's helping me out here.
So this is
I feel like I'm in the XFL. You know how you get to play in the headset, right, JC? And you got it. You right. You giving it to me right here. So did you get to play? You heard the play, right? I'm gonna let you go on and run with that because she just sent that one in.
This is a new program with the St. Louis Scholarship Foundation and Edward Jones. They're creating scholarships for our young people that are served by the Boys and Girls Clubs, by Girls Inc., by College Bound. There are a few other organizations out there that they're working with, and thousands of dollars in scholarships will be available to young people no matter what school they decide to attend.
Wow.
But if you're a participant at one of those locations, you can go online, complete the application, and have access to a scholarship. So you can go to the Greater St. Louis Community Foundation, the Greater St. Louis Scholarship Foundation for that information, or you can contact us at the Boys and Girls Club.
And again, that's at BGCSTL.org. You can go there.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you can.
See. And on the social
And
media.
on the social media, go to our web page or
I'm getting help here, right? Denise's got
Facebook,
us
or yeah.
Yeah, she's on it. So that is awesome. That was it. The Edward Jones.
And you can also go to Edward Jones's web page and click on scholarship or community support and find the link to the application as well.
Let me ask about you though. See, because I mean, we see the great programs, but what kind of inspired you to want to just do what you're doing, working with the youth like this? I mean, and see, Flint doesn't like to talk about himself too much, so I kind of got you on the spot here now. See, I got you here. I can
I don't
ask.
have to respond.
You won't respond. All right,
respond.
okay, all right. But I'm serious. I want to know. I mean, you have to be really happy with what you've been able to do, and what kind of inspires you to want to just keep doing this with the youth like this?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I grew up in scouting. I was a Boy Scout. And
You're
had
an
some-
Eagle Scout, right?
Yeah. I'm
See,
an
he
Eagle
wasn't
Scout,
good.
so.
Now you all know, and I don't like to take a lot of credit myself, but I'm the Eagle Scout too. See,
I know.
And that means that's a lot of merit badges, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how many was, but Flint is the Eagle Scout, and he's Scout. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but I just had to say, because you don't. I mean, that was no easy task, right?
Right.
Okay.
It took some work.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just had to say that because you're a modest guy. You won't say it, so I had to say it for you. Go ahead.
Well, I was involved with that before I got involved with sports, and I just remember those leaders and how they poured into us. All of them were volunteers. Our scout masters, assistant scout masters, the parents who took us to camp, and I just had a lot of fun doing it. I guess I kind of found my niche in scouting and recognized that I could have that same opportunity to support young people in their interest as well. So started out working for the Boy Scouts, and then ran a program called Upward Bound at St. Louis University, where I worked with high school students. Worked for an organization called Inroads, where we worked with college students and internships and that sort of thing. Worked for the city of St. Louis for a little while, a program called Operation Teamwork, which was designed to get more young people involved in organized sports and leisure activities. And so it was just one opportunity after another that gave me, put me in a position to support the growth and development of children. And then the Boys and Girls Club just seemed to bring all of that together. So St. Louis Public Schools were in the middle of selecting a new superintendent. This is when Dr. Cleveland Hammonds got hired.
Yeah. You were on the school board.
This was before my school board days, but I had been on the school board too. So it gave me, had invited the community out to interview some of the candidates, and I ran into Jim Buford at the time, and he said my name had come up in a conversation about leadership for the Boys and Girls Club. Told me to reach out to Dr. Donald Suggs, who had been one of the original board members, called him, then he connected me to the right people, and after the interview, believed it was a place that kind of brought together all of my youth work experience because of the age, the range of ages that I was able to work with, and all of the resources that I had access to that I could bring inside. And it just kind of seems to fit my personality, and it certainly fit my purpose, life, if you will, giving me a chance to kind of give back to others. So,
Absolutely. That's a fascinating resume and career you just ran off there. You've actually, like you say, you've been involved with youth for a very long time in doing that. And for history purposes, originally when you started, it was known as Herbert Hoover. Correct?
Yes, it had been Herbert Hoover Boys Club. When I got there, it was the Herbert Hoover
BJ, right?
Boys and Girls Club, right? So,
he's a Hall of. By the way, BJ the DJ, is the Herbert Hoover Hall of Famer.
Yes, he is,
and that's awesome. It takes a lot to get into that Hall of Fame too, right?
Yeah, you got to get by me. But,
okay.
No, but we're happy to nominate and induct him. So he was one of the early members of the Hall of Fame, and his resume speaks for himself. And
absolutely,
just proud of what he's accomplished and the way he continues to get back to the organization.
So when did the transition go from the Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club, and then to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis? Tell us how that.
So that was interesting. So we officially became a Boys and Girls Club our national organization, Boys Clubs of America, became Boys and Girls Clubs of America in 1990. We changed our name to Boys and Girls Club, to Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club around 1993.
Okay.
And then as we began to expand, like we went to North County, we opened a site there, and we told people we're Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club. They go, no, that's down on Grand. So the name became associated with the building, not so much the organization. Then we added another site. It was the same thing. We said, well, maybe we need to better tie into the national brand, which was Boys and Girls Club. So if you go to Chicago, it's the Boys and Girls Clubs of. If you go to Atlanta, it's the Boys and Girls Club of. If you go to Kansas City or Boston and places like that. So it made sense for us to take advantage of the national brand, bring that to St. Louis. So we became the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis because we were kind of envisioned being in a number of places across the region. And then because of the strong affiliation of the name Herbert Hoover, that location on Grand, which everybody called Herbert Hoover anyway, became the Herbert Hoover Club. So we were able to maintain that legacy and keep all the alums happy because that's what they knew. And then
that's what they knew.
Yeah. And then came up with more of an umbrella name, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater St. Louis. And now under that umbrella, we have the Adams Park Club, we have the Southeast Middle School Club, we have the Bethalto Club. Now the Matthews Dickey Club is under that umbrella as well. So yeah. So that was kind of a strategic marketing and branding initiative that we took on back in 2012.
Yeah, and it definitely had a purpose because I remember, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember, it seemed to me, I remember LeBron James having a big event and he wanted to make a big donation to the Boys and Girls Club. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, the decision.
The decision, right? The decision
when he decided to go to Miami.
He was going to Miami, right?
Yeah, the money that was collected to cover that, he donated to the Boys and Girls Club. So it was over $1 million that he gave, just based on that event.
Wow, I remember that because it was like televised on ESPN, and he was going to take his talents to South Beach, if I recall it, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty special. And then of course, Matthews Dickey was a long tradition and history, legacy here in St. Louis. And so you all kind of collaborate, united. Can you kind of speak to how that came about, too?
Yeah, there have been conversations about it for quite a long time. Mr. Matthews and Dickie Ballantyne created that organization long before Herbert Hoover started. They were a baseball program primarily. Got their facilities thanks to great support from some corporate leaders, primarily Chuck Knight at Emerson Electric and August Bush at Anheuser-Busch. The city donated that land where they are. That is actually part of Penrose Park. For people that don't know, that is kind of divided by the highway, so they have a long-term lease to use that land. The building was built. They launched into their significant sports program that is nationally known for all the great work that they've done. But it became an opportunity for us to sort of consolidate sort of like the overhead, the leadership, the fundraising, the marketing, and things like that, but allow each individual site to continue with its programs and activities as they historically have. So I like it. I liken it to a school district. If you think about St. Louis Public Schools, that's the umbrella. But they have Sodan, they have Sumner, they have Gateway, they have McKinley. Some of those schools are not around anymore. Yeah. But back in the day,
mine's
you
not
had
around anymore.
Yeah, you had
Northwest,
Beaumont
all the Blue Devils out there.
Northwest, yeah. But all those operated under the banner of St. Louis Public Schools. But they all had their own mascots.
They did.
You mentioned the Blue Devils. I was the Sodan Tiger. It could my Blue Jackets, some of the Bulldogs.
Blue Jackets,
the McKinley Goldbugs.
They're
all those
still
kinds
there.
of things. Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah.
So from a student perspective or student athlete perspective, things didn't really change because they maintained the flavor and the character of that particular school. But from an overhead management standpoint, there were some efficiencies that we were able to create and find. So that was kind of the impetus behind that. But the United Way continues to support us at the level that they were supporting us independent of each other, which was key. So we had a lot of conversations with donors about what it might look like if we came together, and the fact that we would need them to continue to support us at a high level, if not even at a greater level.
Well, I tell you, you just took us through all the history now.
Yeah.
That was about 60, 70 years of history there, right?
Yeah, I think we're 57 years this year. They're about 70. They're about 64, 63 years old this year. So if you add those together, then the Bethalto Club has been around about 55 years. So
55. Wow.
Add those together, it's quite a bit of youth development experience between those three organizations.
And I know they all, and hopefully some of those members, I don't know if they're connecting with us on our social media. Give us a shout out to Dr. Fowler, and just give us your thoughts on that. That's really good. And finally, as we kind of wrap things up here with you, you recently received the Titan Award. I know it's hard, sometimes difficult to get you to talk about it, but I mean, you also were honored by the NAACP. That's for you in the club. Those are some special awards for you.
Yes. Well, I think it's always, it's great for the organization when you receive recognition from the public. I think it speaks to the impact that we're trying to have on the young people that we're working with. Oftentimes the leader gets the credit for it, but I'm not the one that's in the club in the evenings working directly with young people. I'm not the one who's making phone calls to parents and you know, and helping to direct the lives, you know, directly. I'm connected to it, but I'm not the name that the kids know when they come to the club, you know, each and every day. So it's because of the things that they do that I get a chance to stand up in front of a crowd sometime and, you know, get a plaque or, wave my hand or.
Well, you're extremely significant and important, and see, like you said, those coaches, those coaches and instructors they have are phenomenal. We know that, but we know they appreciate you. Talk with Deneen. We know because if you don't do the things you do, we don't have the basketballs, and the water might not be where it needs to be, and all kind of other things, the computers and the mics and everything else in the studio. So we know, he does a great job. He doesn't like to take credit, but he does these things, So that's awesome. Also, again, want to remind everybody about your summer camp, and I think Ed is, if you're watching on Facebook now, he's going to post that now so you can actually see the flyer. You like that, Deneen? Look at that. Yeah, see, she likes that. And again, that's going to be really special, and that's going to be coming up. We want to make sure we get everybody the right information on that. That's going to be June the 6th through August the 4th at 9 camp locations. And, of course, there's also financial assistance available, and you can go online to BGCGSTL.org for more information, and then you can even call at 314-335-8000, 314-335-8000, and they have all the information about your summer camp. And so what's up next? What's the next goal for you or mission for you, I should say?
Well, some people know that the old Carter Carburetor factory was next to us at Grand and St. Louis, between St. Louis Avenue and Dodier. We have plans to build what we're currently call a golf activity center. Help young people understand the game of golf and the business of golf. And so we're working with a group called PGA Reach and Ozzie Smith and others to make that happen. So we really want to transform.
Right there at Grand and St. Louis Avenue?
The old Carter Carburetor factory, which had been abandoned for more than 30 years. It's heavily contaminated, really an eyesore, a danger to the community. I think it repelled any development that would have taken place there. But now we're going to have that facility there. The Brickline Greenway, which is already started down by the new soccer park, will be coming along North Grand, ending at Fairground Park. So we're excited about the transformation that's going to take place there. And we're playing a key role in some of the things that are happening to make our community more attractive, more safe, and really make North Grand a destination just like Grand Center and some of the other places along Grand. And you mentioned Demetrius Johnson earlier.
Yeah, I just feel
talk
to the foundation just a
jump
minute,
in there. The West End Center where he operated. My mother used to run the West End Community Conference out of that building, and the city was going to close that facility, and people came together and wouldn't let them do it. And Demetrius heard about my mom and some of the work that she had been doing there. Told me that it reminded him a lot of his mother and some of the community work that she had been doing. And in fact, when he moved into the building, raised some money to build a library there and dedicate it after my mom. So I'll be ever grateful for the things that he did to show her impact in the community and help celebrate her contribution to the West End. So.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. And that's, like you say, that's DJ. And looking forward next to talking to Coach JC, Big Mike, and Maurice about the foundation. And the foundation, ladies and gentlemen, is live and well. They're doing some great work, some great activities coming up. We get a chance to talk to them about that in just a minute here. Flint, thank you so much, Dr. Flint Fowler, for joining us here on the Community Corner. And thanks again to your radio legend back there. She doesn't like to take credit either. She's just like you, Deneen Busby, for getting you for us. And it's hard to get on your schedule, and she made it happen. So
I appreciate it.
We're
Thanks
very
for the invite.
thankful, that happened. So, all right, well, continued success to you and to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis. Y'all are doing some phenomenal work, and I appreciate you coming by.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. That's Dr. Flint Fowler with the Boys and Girls Club of Greater St. Louis. Check them out again, BGCSTL.org. Find out about the summer program and all the other wonderful activities they have going on at all 9 of their locations, all right? Okay, so this is St. Louis Gospel Hits, Hallelujah 1600. We are doing it here. Coming up next, the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation. We're going to get what's going on with the foundation. And we got the staff, the crew here from the foundation talking to us. That's coming up next on St. Louis Gospel Hits. Hallelujah, 1600. All right. Oh, yeah. Facebook fam, I'm going to take a picture. We'll be right back here. It's an honor.
Yeah.
But it was nice that he did.
I'm blessed
Absolutely.
to be Deacon Boy with Flint, you know what? They need to change that logo for her, but we just put my picture up there. That's what needs to happen.
Oh, you good. You good. You get out your way.
Yeah.
Jerry West is that
You gonna get over here? Yeah. One of us over here. All the logo. She know the deal. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Hope the PG parishioners.
Barry said he's
all the time. Sorry about that.
Okay. No, you know what? Actually, man, y'all should take that strip of dough and just put my name up there.
Could change the name of the street.
I'm gonna call Mo and let you explain that.
They did that for Ali's Food. We can have a little strip for you.
We go BJ's place.
Yeah,
DJ Way.
DJ Way, right?
Yeah.
Give me a date or whatever.
Yeah. I definitely.
And don't forget about that.
Hold on, let me put him up right quick.
I definitely won't do that.
Thank you all.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Is he out of town right now?
You know, Eastside is playing in the super sectional, so you know he traveled up there. So you know how he feel. You know how Small Scott feel about East St. Louis.
Man, no doubt.
And he works in the school district, and he's doing.
Yeah, he works.
He's doing some great work with some of the
and he got that. What's it?
Special Olympics. Yeah, he coaches the basketball team for the district, and so he's doing a lot of good stuff, man.
He's doing some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, just let me know where you want him to call. Okay. Three.
He can call it.
Okay.
BJ come back.
3 6.
Get
Okay.
that's like the
Okay.
I need. Huh? No, you got a logo. I do. Yeah. Oh, okay. I got yeah. I think Krista. Yeah. You gonna enhance us and help us out? Like a help. Okay. Get us together here. All right, let me okay, fam, on Facebook we're gonna get this going on here. They can hear me? That's all right. They listen. They know. Oh, we ain't on mic? Oh, okay. Let me, oh, so they can't hear us. I got it. You remember how to answer the phone, Ed? No, I don't. Okay, because Mo's gonna call and all right, caught up with him yet, Coach?
Yeah, I just texted him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it come out. I think it come out right here, Ed. I gotta make sure that I can hear him. I had to put the headphones on for this one, Coach, so I could.
Yeah, when you want him to call in, Reese?
Wish he'd call right. I'm
Okay.
hoping BJ come right back in here, and
I'm gonna tell him he can call in in 10 minutes. How's that? Or 5 minutes?
you know that's fine. Maybe
Yeah.
might make it 5, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I said. 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he make it 5. We'll get it going here. Huh? Stall for Facebook. All right, I'm stalling for Facebook. All right. Any what we got on the chats for Facebook? Anything? We got 0. Y'all gotta help me out there on Facebook. Y'all need something.
Hey, the weather was nice today.
The weather was nice today. How about
Everybody's
that? The weather.
outside.
Everybody's outside enjoying the weather. I get it. He can see now. He can
Time
call
is
now.
going back a
He-
little bit.
Yeah, time's going. Is it this weekend?
It's next
Next
weekend,
week?
I think.
Yeah, I know it's. I know it's
My mother
coming.
used the key so with it. She lets me
She
know.
lets you know, right?
Time's going back.
Yo.
I think I'm about to get a phone call, BJ, too.
So Deneen is doing work with
Yeah,
Boys and
she's
Girls
doing the
Club. Good for her.
communications for the.
I know she was down. Last time I caught up with Deneen, she was at Harris Store.
Yeah, Deneen's been on the move.
Mm.
I think we're gonna get a call coming in through here any second.
Yeah. Let me try to call him. Make sure he got it.
Ed and I was trying to determine what a phone comes in. I know it's one of these two right here, isn't it? That's it. And the CL has to be on, right? And I could hear him. Okay. He got a full.
Yeah.
Well,
So
if
I
he
text him,
if he
I text him.
calls,
He might
we'll
be
be able
traveling.
to- I
Yeah.
just cut it off.
Right.
till he-
No, you gotta pick it up here and then it'll automatically have my.
So when he calls,
Yeah, you're gonna have to hit the button, the A right there,
oh, okay,
and then press that button, and then it'll accept the call.
okay. So this one right here,
This one up here, it's gonna be, whichever one is flashing blue.
it'll be flashing blue.
Yeah, it's gonna flash blue, and you just have to
Hit that A.
Yeah.
So do I leave it on like that
Yeah,
still?
Yeah.
And he okay. So
It's
it'll
not
be
gonna affect anything right
it won't affect anything. Okay. So I don't need the headphones on until he called in, right? So-
Yeah.
And I'll be able to see it when he calls.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we good then. We're okay
Make sure
then.
you stay on that mic, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was I getting off the mic?
Oh,
Okay.
dude.
I was.
over there cringing.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I was getting off the mic. Okay. 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 I'll stay on the mic here. All right. Make sure we're on the mic. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, you take it.
Did you need it?
No, I didn't. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Monday night.
Oh, and I meant to tell you, always be generic. Don't say the night.
Oh yeah. I did say that. Okay.
Yeah. When you say the night, you know this doesn't come on till Wednesday on the air.
Okay. We'll be generic.
Be generic.
I'll be generic. Okay. All right. You ready, Ed?
You ready over there?
I think he is ready. Tommy, you ready? Ready. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't need this. That's right. I don't need this. All right. Hallelujah. 1600 gospel hits. It is the corner. All right. Community Corner with KevyKev. Glad to have you down with us as we talk about issues, topics happening in the community. And our next guest, this is family here. We got the Facebook family. We got the family here in the studio. And like I said when we began the show, I think all of us, all of St. Louis, we still can't believe it. We all still are in awe and certainly just devastation, of course. DJ's family and to all of us, we are with the passing of Demetrius Johnson in December at the end of last year, Christmas Eve actually.
Mm-hmm.
And so, of course, as you know, Demetrius is just a giant, an icon, named the big fella, he's like my big brother. And so, of course, something that we all know DJ for, of course, is his foundation, the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation. And many people asking about how the foundation is doing and the work that's coming. And just to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the foundation is still alive, and so happy to have two of the dearest friends of DJ. They truly are brothers of DJ, and that's Coach J.C. Collins and Mike Gibson, Big Mike, fellas. How we doing today? Let me make sure we got you these mics on here right for how y'all doing today?
What's going on, Kev, man? I feel like I'm in the presence of a legend, man.
No,
I'm
no.
in the presence of a legend. When I'm on with KevyKev, everybody, I know I've arrived, man. So I appreciate the invite, man. And it's an honor to be sitting here with you, brother. You know that.
No, believe me, the honor is for me to be here with you and Big Mike. Big Mike, you all right over there?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good, Kevy.
Oh, okay, okay. You know, DJ used to say, feeling good like a DJ
Feeling
should.
good
Right?
like a DJ should. Hey, big time players make big time plays and big time games. And so
yes, sir.
we got to continue that effort.
Yeah, right.
You have to. And, you know I was part of a tribute with y'all, and I you know, I know it's difficult for you, JC. I mean, it wasn't a day go by you and DJ didn't talk every day. You know?
Absolutely, Kevy, man. The impact that he had on my life, not only on my life, but my family's life, man, and just being a part of the foundation, man. And that's why, you know, when kind of, you know, being elevated to a leadership position, that's why I feel a strong desire to continue to work, man, because it's a great work that has happened out of that foundation, man, inspired by his mother, Eddie Mae Binion, man. And so that was his inspiration. And so we have a responsibility to continue that legacy on in the community, man. And we're off and we're off and running, man. We're off and running. So we're excited about it. You know, we still absolutely in mourning of his death.
Yeah.
You know, it still seems so surreal, as you already said. But, you know, he would want, you know, real quick, you know, I can remember when he was in the hospital, he said, JC, don't let him cancel the Christmas party. Don't let him cancel the Christmas party. And that's just the way he lived his life, you know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, we didn't cancel it.
Right.
You know, and we ended up having the Christmas party, and it was a great success. And spoke to him a few days after that, before he passed, and he was just excited to know that all the kids had a great time, man, and benefited from having a great Christmas. So that's who DJ was.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Big Mike, always there with Big Mike's plays of the week, and you know, we always look forward to hearing that. And I know DJ would always, hey Mike, what you got? You know what you got, and you would always give him the
DJ made me famous. Nobody knew who I was before he started Big Mike Barbershop Talk.
That's
I
right.
told you that was supposed to be Fast Hands.
Right.
But Fast Hands wouldn't do it. He said he ain't have time for that. And I asked him, could I do it? And man, what, 22 years or whatever?
22 years for you, a legacy, man, a legacy, and man, always did a great job. You know, and I'm sure before we get out of here, you got to give us some big, the player of the week, athletes of the week. He always got it, right, JC?
Oh, absolutely. You know, that was a part of our show. You know what I mean? He would come on and tell us who the big time players were, you know, and, and tell all what had happened and what the kid had did, and then, you know, hey, if it wasn't one of my players, I coached that Cardinal Ritter, I was mad about it.
Exactly.
Hey, your kid Frederick Moore, big time, man. He down in Michigan already, right?
Yeah, he is.
He's going to Michigan. That's right.
He's there already.
Yeah, he graduated early.
He graduated early from D. Cardinal Ritter Prep High School, and man, he is already into his semester in college. Man, he was on spring break last week, so I got a chance to visit with him a little bit.
And that's
the staff
Frederick.
and got Frederick Moore.
Frederick Moore.
Yeah,
Frederick
receiver,
Moore.
man.
Receiver.
Yeah, really good kid and a great football player and an even better person.
Oh man, awesome. And you know, that's what you do, Big Mike, and of course DJ, always promoting the athletes, always. He gave that side of athletics, and he just would just tell you about what's going on with the athletes, and I think it's just been tremendous what y'all have always done, the way y'all have covered high school athletics, and then on to college, and then like you say, as the young men, young women, they become adults, and they've always will come back and work with the foundation too.
Oh, absolutely, man. DJ will call you. And Big Mike can probably tell he would call you in the middle of the night, man, at 12, and hey, let me run something by you, JC. You know, it was always you sleep, and you could never. DJ was the kind of person you could never tell him you were asleep, or you could never say no to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think today that's what makes the foundation so successful. The friends of the foundation, you know, they don't want to say no because they know his commitment in the community.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So when he would say at midnight, was I asleep? I say, no, I'm not asleep. You know what I mean? But I would absolutely be asleep.
Yeah,
you know
right.
What I mean? And we have a whole meeting on what we were going to do and how we were going to make an impact in the community. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was there with you too, because as many times you get that call at midnight and he say, Kevin, you cut this spot for me, man. You know,
absolutely. Absolutely. He absolutely worked that night.
You know?
Yeah. I said, because he couldn't sleep. These boys couldn't sleep. I can't sleep. Hey, let me run this by you. You know what I mean? That's who he was, man. But he is terribly missed.
Yeah. Terribly missed.
There'll never be another Demetrius Johnson.
Never. Not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
No question about that. And so, like you said, what was so dear to DJ's heart too was his foundation and giving back. And now you're operating, working with the foundation. Just kind of give everybody an update on.
So we want, again, man. His whole legacy was his mom, you know, Annie Mae Binion.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, and that's what really inspired DJ to give back. You know what I mean? If you know when you talked about the foundation and you said, well, DJ, why are you so driven? It was his mom. Mm-hmm. Seeing what his mom did as a single mother of 9 children. You know what I mean? Growing up in the Dawes Worthy projects. And, you know, I can remember him saying distinctly, he was telling me one day, he said, man, JC, I remember how my mom used to stand in line to get food for us, for my brothers and sisters. And he swore to it that, you know, if I ever had a chance to impact this community, you know, I would never have people stand in line for food. You know what I mean? And now, you know, through Thanksgiving, we feed over 5,000 families through our turkey drive, you know what I mean? And people from around the country come and give back and be a part of it, you know what I mean? And volunteer their time with blood, sweat, and tears, you know, to give back, to pack baskets. And we're going to keep that same effort going, Kevin. We're going to keep that same effort going. The community needs it, you know what I mean? DJ will want that to happen. And so we're going to continue that effort, man. To much is given, much is required. And so we're gonna keep championing that effort, man.
That's great. That is wonderful. And I know one of the big, I think the next upcoming event is the Combine.
Yeah. We're excited about that. May 5th and 6th. So it's a 2-day event this year. May 5th and 6th, we'll be down May 5th that evening, or May 5th at 6 o'clock. We'll have a meet and greet with the coaches will be in town, and the HBCU Combine, all the coaches from Alabama, A&M, Jackson State, Mississippi Valley. And the Combine, for people who are not familiar with it, it's an opportunity for young men to be student athletes, football players, to be exposed to HBCUs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Many times HBCUs don't get the opportunity because of budget issues. They don't get an opportunity to travel to this part of the country. And, you know, for 8 years now running, we provided an opportunity for HBCUs to come and evaluate our young men. And, you know, we're real proud of that effort. You know, we've had people like Akil Glass, you know, from Alabama and A&M who was one of our alumni from the Combine, who ended up being twice named the College Black Football Player of the Year. Wow. You know what I mean? From our Combine, you know what I mean? And so went on, and now he's actually in the USFL. And he's actually with the New Orleans team.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah, he signed in December with the New Orleans team. So he is still living his dream. You know what I mean? And that came from a direct exposure of being a part of that Combine. And so we have, you know, we'll have about 600 young men that will get a chance. And I want to make sure that everybody understands that's a free opportunity. Yeah. You know, it's not a Combine that you have to come and pay $200, you know, to be seen or be exposed. You know what I mean? We have college recruiters, and because we're having it, so May 5th, we'll be at Harris Stowe for the meet and greet, and the actual Combine is May 6th at the home of the champions, Cardinal Ritter Prep High School, home of the Class 3 champions. We'll be there from 8 to 3 on that Saturday all day, and those young men are getting an opportunity to audition. You know, much like an NFL Combine, and they're offered scholarships on the spot. You know, Akil Glass was offered his scholarship at Alabama A&M on the spot.
Right on the spot.
You know, and he didn't have to pay $250 to get an education and to be exposed to something greater than St. Louis. And so we're going to continue that effort, man, with our partners, our board, the foundation board, the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation board is committed to that effort. You know what I mean? And the friends of the foundation are committed to that effort. And we raise money. You know, DJ always talked about it. We don't get the big grants. You know, we this is a blood, sweat, and tears foundation, and we go out and we raise the money, man. Yeah. And so what happens is with the HBCU Combine is once those coaches get here, we pay all their expenses, their hotel, for their food. All they have to do is get here. Yeah. And so we want to make sure that, again, that's a great event for us. And that's May 5th and May 6th. You can the registration is already up on Eventbrite. You can go to Eventbrite and just scroll down or just type in HBCU Combine, and you can register. And you don't have to pull out your credit card. Mom and dad don't have to pull out their credit card for you to be a part of that combine. Right. You know, and it has become one of the biggest combines in the Midwest. Yeah. And so we're real proud of it.
That's and Mike, like Coach was saying, that's so special that they can get a scholarship literally right on the spot.
Yeah, and Cardinal Ritter, brand new facilities, football field.
Yes, sir.
Brand new facility. It's nice down
Yeah,
there.
that turf field, that's not there. It's outstanding facility in that. Big screen, the big jumbotron.
The jumbotron. The Cardinal Ritter way, man.
The Cardinal Ritter.
So we want to make sure we had somewhere to do it big. And DJ, you know, he had a lot of pride, man. He had a lot of pride, and he always wanted to expose young people, Kevy and Big Mike, to the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? To the best. You know, when we do the Christmas party, I said, well, DJ, I asked him one time, I said, DJ, let me ask you something. He said, yeah, JC. I said, why don't do the Christmas party at the building? He said, because I want kids to see something different.
Right. Yeah, I remember.
And so the Christmas party is at a hotel. Yeah. I mean, we've been doing that for over 20 years down at the Marriott. Yeah. You know, where kids get a sit-down lunch. Right. You know, and be exposed to something different and being moved out of their environment and maybe their neighborhood. Yeah. And he was committed to that, man. He was committed to that. What Annie Mae Binion did was created a giant. Yeah. That's what she did. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And so we're trying to continue her legacy and his legacy through the foundation and just continue on, man, and partner with people that want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? People come from everywhere to be a part of it.
And so with that, if people want to support you, be part of the foundation, how do they get in contact? What should they do?
Oh, yeah, they can call me directly. Okay. You know, at 314-766-3000.
Yeah, you got the perfect number for them.
If they want to volunteer, if they want to make a financial contribution to the foundation, they can call me directly.
Give them the number again.
314-766-3000. And so we are always you know, and not only with your monetary give back, but with your time. Mm-hmm. You know, with your time. You know, come down and volunteer. It's an opportunity again for students. My good friend over here has brought students down before from the Parkway School District. Yep. You know what I mean? To pack canned foods and Thanksgiving baskets. Right. You know what I mean? So it's a great effort. It's a great effort for if young people are looking for community service. Mm-hmm. You know, the foundation, they can be a part of that and gain community service and just give back. And we often talk about it, Kevy. It is a learned behavior, man. It is a learned behavior. Somebody has to teach that. Yeah, you know, you don't oftentimes wake up in the morning and say, I want to give back, 5 hours of my day. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so DJ always said, JC, that's something we got to teach, man. That's something that we got to require of our young people in the community. And so the Demetrius Johnson Foundation has fostered that effort and will continue to do it.
To give back, absolutely. All right, fellas, I know we just about out of time here, but you got to come back again and keep us up there. We don't want you to stop.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we got the golf tournament June 21st. Yeah. There are a lot of efforts that we got going on that are coming up that are major efforts. The golf tournament is the 21st. That's our major fundraiser.
And that's one of our major
at Forest Park. You know what I mean? Again, 314-766-3000. It's always sold out. If you've never been to the Demetrius Johnson Charitable Foundation golf tournament, you are in for a treat. It's a little different.
It's a different. Yeah.
It's a little different.
You come on the jazz go.
It ain't so quiet. You know what I mean? It ain't so quiet, Kevin. It's a different kind of golf tournament.
You ain't never been on the golf course with the saxophone going, right?
Right. You know that golf with the saxophone and then the beats going in the back. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of people that come, and our friends from the University of Missouri, Coach Drink, and you know what I mean, the whole St. Louis University athletic staff, they come in for it, and Brian Jordan comes in for it.
Oh yeah.
Former Cardinal great, Atlanta great. He's coming to the HBCU Combine this year. Oh, awesome. And participate and work with the young men, and so it's a star-studded event, man.
Right. Yep, he's Pro Bowler of the Atlanta Falcons and the Cardinals in baseball and the Braves. Yeah. There you go. All right, Big Mike, Coach JC, man, thank you all so much for coming by. And again, you are coming back. This is not the first time.
Absolutely,
so absolutely,
man.
Come back
and we want to thank everyone here, man, for giving us a platform.
Yeah.
To not only just to talk about DJ, but to talk about continuing the legacy of the foundation, man. And so we say thank you.
Oh yeah,
we
absolutely.
Appreciate
and
it. We
I
appreciate
know
it.
BJ was working with DJ. They had things work in right before DJ's passing, you know. So we know that, you know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, thanks so much, man. Y'all are doing a wonderful, fantastic job. And again, you can go to Eventbrite and get the information about the HBCU Combine. And then, of course, 314-766-3000, the number for all the information
Absolutely.
about what's taking place with all the events. Okay. So that's going to wrap things up for another episode of the Community Corner with KevyKev. And I got to give big shout-outs and thanks, of course, to BJ, the DJ, making things possible to us. Of course, Ed over there producing and directing with our video. Miss Tomanisha Match-and-Touch over there doing her thing on our live stream with the chat on Facebook with the fam. So we appreciate that. All right, everybody. Thanks again. Thanks to Flint Fowler. Thanks to Deneen Busby. All right, and we look forward to getting together and check us out. Join us, and we'll see you next time on Hallelujah 1600 Gospel Hits. All right.
That's awesome, man.
Hey,
I appreciate it, man.
All right, I got to send back to the Facebook fam. Thank y'all so much.
Set some time to meet with me.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks again. And thanks, y'all. Thanks for the feedback. We're looking for more. We working. All right. Thanks, y'all. Peace, everybody, and God bless.
I just know they discontinued the show. I don't know what type of efforts they're going to give to making sure that people, people.
Well, I was on there for 20 years on that side with DJ.
Yeah.
And shoot, after they we did that one tribute show. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's kind of funny, and I could say it in all honesty and be transparent.
Okay.
They were vultures, man. Coming in wanting to do. I don't want to name, but they were vultures coming in.
One time, clap 2 times, clap 3 times. I want to thank you guys for coming out. A lot of these coaches take time out of their schedule to come in, check you guys out to make sure you guys get an opportunity. And let me tell you what I need you to do. I was watching some of you guys' work habits. Some of you guys got to get your work habits better. You got to work hard all the time because you're competing for a scholarship that you're competing with kids from all over the country. Not St. Louis, not only St. Louis, so don't get in your mind thinking it's only St. Louis. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So anytime you work, you got to work hard. But the #1 goal is to make sure you get them grades. If you want to get into school, you got to get your grades. I came out of the Peabody Projects. Anybody ever heard of Peabody Projects?
Yes, sir.
That's where I come out of. Fortunately, I went to the University of Missouri. And I played in the NFL. But coming back, this means a lot to me to see you young men coming out here working hard. This means the world to me. Because a lot of y'all gonna get a chance. But the little things, I was saying some of you guys, just the small things you wasn't doing, that's gonna be the thing to determine how far you go. It ain't the big things, it ain't showing off, it's those small things of detail. When the coach tell you to line up, when he tell you put your stance right, those are the things that's gonna get you to the next level. If I can go to college and graduate out of college, anybody can. Trust me. I wasn't no great student in high school, but I learned how to survive in college. It changed my life. Never had a dinner until I went to college, in a restaurant. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
So I want y'all to thank yourselves, and be very disciplined. And this summer, make sure y'all do one thing. Be safe. There's a lot of stuff going on in our community, y'all. Don't try to be like everybody else. See, ball players, we've always set the standard. We set the standard what everybody else do. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You guys are the leaders, not them. You guys are the disciplined guys. You the guys that work hard. Continue to set the standard and don't be a follower. Be the leader.
Yes, sir.
Clap 1 time, clap 2 times, clap 3 times. Thank you.